Completely what it is that I just need to drink more frequently like I do. Because withdrawing was really hard, but I wanted to withdraw because of that lung infection that was supposed to be going to my liver. And at the time, I couldn't drink without smoking an actual tobacco cigarette. So I took the initiative to be a fucking cow and hurt Aaron's feelings. I'm sorry. But, you know, Owen was always stacked muscle wise. He was born already really muscular, stacked. And people with my hair, they're like, oh, it's a swoop. That's fucking gross. I don't see how that's fucking gross. I can see what you've told me 1,000 times on my psyche, but I don't see what you're saying. And Coral is stacked just like her dad. And I think it's so angelic. Like, it's really something that I never thought I'd ever have because the rest of the fucking natives hated me, tried to beat me up all the time, and then because I'm so built, I would just knock the fucking crap out of their skulls. I got arrested lots throughout my life because they're ruining my life. Like, trying to tell me that native nipples, like, what's even a native nipple? There are all kinds of fucking nipples. Are fucking ugly. So, and then they say that me posting a child, they said it eons ago. Don't know why. And it wasn't even linked onto the internet. That'd be penophilia. There's no such thing as penophilia. It doesn't make you funny. I know what you fucking meant. And they always say that my muscle is back rolls. How fucking rude is that? So Owen had it worse because I don't know why. He stacked and they thought he had a little bum in certain pants. What does it matter if you have a little bum? They're usually the strongest. But no, that's not a little bum. He never had a little bum. He had a bum. So I always thought that Owen deserved another fucking life. And then, you know, going on about it is that we had friends in the marriage that were giving him like another life. But I couldn't help it that he was literally factually fucking sick from a plane crash and he was gonna die. And Ryan G, we just started hanging out and like who knows if it'll become a relationship. You can't even say that. Everything I said was nothing to do with really being in a fucking relationship. There's just two friends speaking the proper language that humans are supposed to. But he's jacked. He's jacked. And anyway, I think he's a great guy, like in his fucking head. Yeah. So, because, you know, Owen usually, his muscle came out when he was upset or angry. He'd wear no shirt and people would poke him in the ribs as if to say something. And like he got it because then before and after they're messaging him on the internet all this vile, disgusting shit. He already ate tons of food. Like at least 3 containers this size, and that's kind of funny that I have a container that size of food a fucking day. And then he was eating way more because of the cancer. People calling him anorexic. Like I did lots but not anorexic. I said, "You're getting too skinny, and I'm sorry, but like, you should probably go to the doctor about it." I almost died trying to let him go, and I should have like never even thought of the term "let go." Why let go? They were trying so hard to get me not to adopt Coral, Shauna, and Kobe. Well, it's going great. Like, honestly, it's an awesome idea. Like, what am I supposed to do? Work at a fucking 7-Eleven and have a baby? My friends can't even turn off a fucking hot water tank if it starts running outside of the fucking crevasse. At least they couldn't. All the times that I remembered them, way back like 10 years ago. Hot water tank, somebody stepped on it and busted something and it started pouring out. Just turn it off and then call the landlord or a plumber. Like the simplest of things. I literally grew up like fixing insides of water heaters and all that stuff too. Yeah, it was just a manual, and then I got used to it because we were living in a darker time where things broke more frequently than they do these days. If I didn't have my back rolls, my ribs would just pop out. And people see me and like it's not like it's actually eroding my psyche. They're just like, "Oh, would you get your ribs put back in?" And it's like, one, never got fat. Two, no, that's just my back. That's just my body. I'm thin. And I'm not even. I'm huge and have a ginormous rib cage. Even for being really, really tall. I see like and it makes me want to say really crude things to Kobe. But he doesn't have to know everything that I wrote in my mind, does he? And how people message me, cheese makes you fat. Makes everyone fat. I'm like, didn't I just punch you in the stomach like a week ago? It's probably the swelling coming out of your fucking arsenal, you piece of shit. Nothing makes you fat compared to the next thing. A woman's weight loss after pregnancy is like a sanctuary to not be denied, but to never allow access. Because you're swollen from getting cut open, and the hormones and the water retention, and then there with the water retention, a different kind from getting cut open, and all this stuff. The morphine, the blah blah, blah the emotional, the addiction. You get addicted to food because what do you have to do? Well, your brain basically swapped fucking sides. It did in a wiring blood vessel sense of matter. Like, you don't think about the past. That should be your first fucking sign since you're all pregnant already and fancier than me. Owen was Lieutenant Surge, but he never wanted me talking about it because he couldn't talk about it anymore, and I guess it kind of made me forget too. He was Lieutenant Surge in his time. It's not like you can get a new Lieutenant Surge just because the war is still going on. So yeah, he's Lieutenant Surge. He's just not alive anymore. I had so many sons and daughters when they named me the official royal name, which was Emma Chamberlain. That's just me expressing my greatest strives and my highest fears and insecurities. So, like, don't act like you don't know me. I felt like I couldn't draw. I totally can, especially when I have something that I'm not sitting on my feet and hurting myself to fucking do it. Just a matter of fact that I'm struggling financially and like hyper physical about things to go get a fucking job. I just think like I'm okay. I'm gonna be okay on this income that I'm on. But I could do better, and to do better, I'd have to put up with people's bullshit all the time. And I don't know why I think that. Because I've never had problems really working anywhere. There's one time this kid's like fucking pausing, and I couldn't talk about it. It was confidential. Employee to employee is pretty confidential. Anyways, pausing there, and we're filling the pots full of dirt so they can be planted. And he's just standing there. And I'm like, you watered it down. Why aren't you like moving on? Oh my God. His dog ripped his rib cage out before work that morning, and it was his dog. The dog even had his blood in its mouth still. He just showed up to work fucking ripped apart. Things like that, they trigger me and set me off because I don't want to say it, but I want to say it. And I kind of know you, but it was just high school, and yeah. All right, I kind of know you, but it's just work. Or there's just that one time we were kind of hanging out together or something, right? I feel bad getting the hippie shots, but hippie is just an expression that gangsters and bad people are just trying to ruin. And this whole white girls can't have black girl hair, that natives should just stick to like a cross stitch braid and all this shit. Fuck off. When my girl gets old enough and gets used to what the fuck her hair actually looks like, maybe I'll put some dreadlocks in there. Get them put in there by a hairdresser because I can't really do it. Never been taught that. That was another thing. Dreadlock her hair. Dreadlock her hair. Oh yeah, like a month later, we should totally dreadlock her hair. Because Colby remembers me on a more like upfront personal level, and mine's all like me. I just am me. I just know me. I feel bad. Shauna's really sore, and I can tell. I wanted to touch her on the shoulder, but oh jeez, give her a hug. I don't know. I'm a straight woman, and I'm a frigid straight woman. So when I give affection to a woman, but I haven't even been being nice to my friend, I don't know. Just whatever. Just whatever. I'm like ultra straight because I can already feel that something's gonna happen. I think it's gonna be that I have to go in for surgery. They thought it too. Every doctor at Northern Health was like, "Our young doctor is going to probably have to get her a hysterectomy." She's probably not gonna get the baby feeling. She's probably gonna get a hysterectomy feeling. But yeah, my psyche is like fucked from all this shit. Like, why didn't you just like? What are those kinds of people? I don't know. All kinds of people have always attracted me, like in the head and in the heart. You know, they have with all kinds of hair and body shapes and sizes and builds and all that stuff. The boys that I hang out with, they were friends before I was ever friends with them. They were like even when we were little kids. Whichever way you want to put it. And I met up with them again, and they were still friends, better friends than I probably could ever achieve within us all. And like I don't even know who they are. And they've nurtured me non-sexually for so long that if they told me that we weren't family, I'd be like, yes, we are, in some kind of like super unconscious, conscious way. First time Ryan ever met me, he's like, that's a babe. And he says it like almost every time, that's a babe. And he's on my courtroom dock as an appropriate lover. There's lots, but it's like, don't worry about it. Eating cucumbers at his house. And I'm just like sagging down on my freaking clitoris. Fucking. Sorry, man. I gotta go home and eat. A good thing I lost the weight slowly, but it might not even save me from the curse of my body, the curse of my accidents. Well, they're gonna bring my meds soon, so I gotta blow my nose. 20 minutes later. Holy shit, I didn't even realize it. Wow. Well, Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. Bring in the new year. Never ring it, because when you're ringing it, think of old laundry style. Taking all the water out. Everyone likes H2O. Um, Hanukkah is a great religion. Yeah, I kind of do the Hanukkah thing. I do gifts every time I have some money to do some gifts. Yeah. Coral wanted more gifts, then she realized it's a puzzle. Then she's stoked. I always just talk, or lost mom and dad's, no offense. No, really, that's what your kid probably needed. It was no, you can't. Just sit down. Yes, you can have a juice, but only if you apologize. Or whatever. And me, I kind of bug until I get to talk. And I'm really good at corresponding when somebody's there to back my ass. I want to say something kind of to really let them know. Like, Coral, I'll buy you a gift after Christmas. A better one. Logan's like, what? She got lots of gifts from you. She got lots. And I'm just like, yeah, she did, but if she's not the Chico I thought she was. Mm, yeah. Last Christmas that I totally remember was Bralin and Cohen got all these dinosaurs, and Lila got all these dolls. And they didn't know how to play with them, so they're crying, like, what the fuck is Christmas for? And I just taught them how to play and what everything was and every part of the dinosaur on the toy. And yeah, like, they were sick when they were kids too. Like, my daughter was pretty sick, but not like what you think. But anyway, they would always refresh everything in their mind. Like, they would start over. But before that happened, that's when I gave Brylan the Littlest Pet Shop dollhouse, because she was looking like she wanted to talk. She was listening to the adults, but she was fucking just all the time. I was like, you poor thing, you need to hang out with yourself. And then you can still hear the adults. And she's like, I'm like, oh, can you hear the adults? She's like, yeah. I was like, you want to go to mommy? She's like, no. And then she's playing with the little dolls. Oh. I just hope that everyone gets a good job when you're older. Because I have a good job, obviously. I hope nothing fucks up for you. Nothing ever fucked anything up for me because I had a good example. Now I don't know what the hell the example was. Some other thing eroding my psyche. Something kind of almost racist. And then the teacher would just be like, no, I can, even if I didn't know Amber, you could tell that wouldn't be true. Yeah. Teachers are trained highly trained. Most of them are military teachers. You'll be okay. Brylan's really intelligent. And then there's too many kids. The list is just whoa. I hate my starting those. I don't think I have any toilet paper either. The big bubble. It's like a freaking dragon teardrop. Does that mean I'm losing oxygen or have enough? Like she has the intelligent hand posture. She always did. Got a booger on my hand. Not a boogie. I said, jolly old St. Nicholas calls for music of the angels. Play some classical. Aw, they're all wearing matching pajamas. Should probably text my dad too. Text my brother. I don't usually text because I just ramble on it. He doesn't have time. That's really what it is. He has tons of fucking cash though because of that job. Like $400 more than me. They can't classify that job. Like, I'm not saying it in my own fucking opinion. No. Making the pulp and all that stuff. Yeah, it's really important. It is, because if that product or the peroxide or whatever is insufficient, then we can't make the medicinal pulp and we can't make the peroxide for surgery. The stuff that goes inside the body and sometimes inside the vein. I literally sit there squeezing plums and doing all this weird shit, lighting it on fire with this shit. There's a lot of secret operations going on. So when you do that, you black out, right? Save yourself from so much pain if you get shot in the head. Right? Couldn't even think about the nice job that I have. The cozy one, comfy. I would laugh if somebody went to go squeeze a plum right now. They're treated plums. They're like almost like a canned or whatever kind of process. They're processed plums. Squeeze a plum, you're just gonna get a big knob. I've been turned on like once in these years. Weird. Owen was so young. I always used to tell him I like you because you match your spirit. And he's like, whoa, like, what about me though? I was like, oh no, I like you because you have a back. Like, what do you want me to say, Owen? Like little tiffs that we would get in. No, I like you because you have a back. But when he didn't, honestly, near the end, he was just like a super, like he kind of like emo like me too, like the classic emo models or something. My daughter goes to the gym. She told me, and I was like, wow. Well, ballet was kind of bad at first. She had to find a new class. And how we were climbing on the ocean rocks and the tides are fucking crazy. It's just like waves crash into there. We're on top of these ginormous rocks. He never once accused me of wanting to push him or nothing. Like, he didn't set people off. Though he was accused of it all the time. Oh, Samuel. Well, if he set you off because you think you deserve me. Yeah. Being together since forever, and then when he died, he made it such a change that it was honestly like I counted the years since he got sick by accident. I had to hold my thoughts a lot. I talked to my grandpa Sanders a lot because, well, not only that, he was the guy that used to fly the rocket launcher and I'd be in the spaceship, space shuttle. One of them. There's lots of them. Our internet was so slow, it'd be like glitch. It'd like run and then it'd glitch for like 5 minutes with the screen not even working. And then it'd turn back on. You're like, okay, back to the whatever. Paid programming. Well, I better make another coffee and get up and walk around because I lay down, get up, sit basically. I'm really happy that it's Christmas. Sorry that it's kind of like overcast and extremely freaking warm. I'm going to clean out my room a little bit after I have a coffee. You're not ugly no matter what anyone says, Coral. They always say I'm so fucking hot. I don't get it. I within myself, looking at myself, knowing what I meant, even though I may have fucked up the entire 3 sentences that I was trying to express myself to somebody, and knowing who I am, yeah, I'm hot. But it's like they're just copying most of them because they're my age and they feel like because they're my age that that's how it's supposed to be and that's what should be and that's what it must be. And you never use must in that kind of context. When Owen asked me to start dating, because he didn't think he was going to live and he wanted to see if I was even going to be okay and if he should call the police. It was Dalton Wickware and Ryan G, just because I was working on his house and he's always known I like him for whatever reason I find, right? He might not even feel it's validated why I like him. But I think Dalton Wickware actually did pass away. He went outside in the cold and he just came back in like his face was sagging, like his fever pinched his brain. I don't know. He was a little emo, and then he said he was a Satanist after he went outside. And it wasn't drugs. I don't think it was drugs. Why would drugs do that anyway? But, you know. So that was really sad. He was another native boy, um, Italian native. We had good conversation through text, and like we could like feel each other and what we meant. And if we fucked up, it was like not all too much of a question of what we actually meant. So that really hurt and sucked. A national security guard. A security guard. If he's alive, then like, sweet. But my feelings aren't hurt.